Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. So today and next Sunday, these 2 days, we shall discuss little about this Navaratri which we are celebrating. Some significance, not traditional or Puranic significance, historical or mythological, but spiritual significance. In Indian tradition, celebrations are always connected with religion and philosophy. The samskaras or our day-to-day life, on everyday life, that samskaras also are connected with religion and philosophy. Our names, unless people want to put some modern names, otherwise in general, every Indian name is somewhere connected with some gods and goddesses. This is not that somebody decided that, okay, let us do this way. For example, in the modern time, we hear different countries famous for different things. Some for tourism, some for medical, some for natural scenery, some for its history behind. And the countries nowadays, in recent time, they plan what we want to become. It becomes a medical hub, or it becomes a tourism hub, or a business hub, or different part of our life. Think of not 10, 20, 30 years, but 3,000 to 5,000 years. Nobody plans to make your country or a city something like any particular type of, that we call ethos of the country. The collective mind of people, the inherent goal which the country has in its blood will be reflected in what you make your country. Yes, government, its policies and all that will affect, but the mind of the people. Swami Vivekananda says, America business, England military power, capturing the whole world, this and that. Different professions become predominant in some countries, good or bad. India having everything, many faults, many negativities, slow progress, but there is something which keeps it existing, which no other civilization has proved that much resilience to exist. Tell me which civilization is still throbbing, still active since last 5,000 years. Most of the ancient cities are now part of the museums, or some pillars here and there, or some remnants that is, once upon a time there was a civilization. Or it has completely changed in terms of modernity. But India, even if it gets modern, even if it gets IT hubs and software power and this and that, that underlying spiritual and religious, that remains. India has seen prosperity, poverty, different forces come and loot, take away, rob away everything you have. Think of not many years before. Think of just 150, 200 years before. India was reduced to what? Beyond imagination. So much so that after that degradation came, and then those foreigners who came, there is no way to imagine that this is the same culture and society which once upon a time prospered so much. But that is part of the history. Faults of the people, kings, invaders comes, occupy your place, loot you, take away everything. This is part of the history. With that, almost 800 to 1000 years of Muslim rule, 200 years of British rule, and many other parts come, Portuguese and Spanish and Huns, and everybody came. Why everybody came? Because it was prosperous. And there is a ethos of living life to protect that, to remember that. It was made part of social life. Your celebrations and your, from the day of conception of the child to the death, many occasions are there. Sometimes it's called Dashakarma or 16 rituals, and these things are popular. People unknowingly follow some, do not follow some. Just to keep that ethos alive, it happened. Complete systematic way of destruction took place. But the good part was India was deprived of, but they took it up because it was a good practice. When even Britishers came to India, there were more than 300,000 gurukuls, 300,000 residential schools run by privately the gurus, teachers, and they teach everything. Was that the only practice, or there was something new? No. When nowhere in the world it was, India had 9 big universities where as far as Greece, China, scholars used to come and study. Nalanda is one of them. Takshashila, Vikramshila. You just say ancient 9 universities of India, you get everything. And there are records. Who came, how many of them came. But as I was telling, unknowingly, without anybody's planning, but with collective attitude, mind, ethos, thoughts, India became a spiritual hub. You say, how you say spiritual hub? Take any religion in this world. India is the only country where 4 established religion of present times were initiated, were started from Indian soil. Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism. Think of the Jews, Judaism, on the verge of extinct. India gave the shelter. Zoroastrian religion on the verge of destruction, not decline, complete destruction. India was the only place where they came and stayed. Those who are, we call Parsis or Zoroastrians, all these Tatas and Birlas and these people are Parsi people. Islam within second to third generation of Prophet came to India. Christianity within 600 years came to India and flourished. There is a theory, today somebody donated that book, that there is a theory that Jesus Christ came to India, that is the 19 to 22 years of wilderness, where there is no history of Jesus available. There is a school of thought and research is there, that he came to India and learned Tantra, Vedanta. As I was telling the other day, when he went from here, by the time he was already in his 40s, and many teachings of Jesus are not found in Judaism. They are more like Hindu teachings or Vedantic teachings. You will find outside the church, you will find many statements from Bible are written. I am the way. Jesus says, I am the way. Krishna also told the same. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. I will rescue you from all sins. This language Jesus used. God lives in your heart. Judaism doesn't say so. But Christ says the kingdom of heaven is within you. So language change, similes change, many teachings. There is learning. There is nothing higher, lower, any kind of thing we are talking about. All the existing religions, they either took shelter in India or got started in India or came and flourished in India. Anybody who wants to spiritually grow, there is a famous sentence by Max Muller, if I am not wrong, that I point towards India. Anything spiritual, look that side. There is a nice, I am not good in that, but the traditional name of India in Mandarin is the place of knowledge. So, we started this kind of worships and celebrations and all that. Navaratri, Deepavali, etc. is one. And behind stories are there. You have a story of Krishna and Narkasura and Goddess Durga and Mahishasura and all that. Very interesting that how without your knowledge, just like virus enters into your breath and kills you from within, like that, keep on mentioning authoritatively and convinced all of us that what you believe in your culture, etc., is all cock and bull stories. There is no reality in that. Jesus Christ was history or mythology? History. He existed. Prophet Muhammad is a history or mythology? Existed. Not mythology. It is a history. There are more proofs of existence of Rama and Krishna historically than even Prophet Muhammad and Jesus Christ. Still Ramayana and Mahabharatas are called mythology, epics. Why it should be mythology? And the mythologic word comes from where? Origin? Mithya. Wrong. That mithya word from Latin goes to English and become mytho. Why it should be mythology? They have found the city of Dwarka where Krishna ruled. There is a place, there is a room where Krishna was born. Exact time, earlier we never had a watch. There was no clock. But the Indian knowledge of astronomy was so powerful. That's why you see, now you go, a child is born, now you say he was born on this date, this time. It is now reversed. You tell date and time, and the Pandit will make horoscope out of it. But when he makes horoscope, he uses that language. Earlier it was different. Now if you want to find time or day, when who was born, go to the life story. When Rama was born and the incidents were happened, how they were recorded. Oh, it was this nakshatra in the sky. The season was not very hot, not very cold. It was a midday. There is not 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. It is midnight, or it was the sun was on the top. These kind of expressions were there. Even Holy Mother was born. Mother, what time you were born? Oh, that was harvesting time. These were the ways of telling, because astronomy and agriculture, these were very powerful in India. There were hardly any countries where all the 3 seasons there was a particular crop which the farmers will do farming in the same field. Till 50, 60 years before, what we all ate, what our parents and grandparents ate, everything was organic. Only when we were children, first time we came to know about urea, put urea in the field. Everything was organic. Now you have a new people say, oh, you don't take rice and wheat, you take millet. The whole India was eating millet only. All what you were doing was told that it is wrong. Now also YouTube is full, internet is full. Oh, ghee very dangerous. You should not take it, rather you take vegetable oil. That is yet worse. So, this telling, feeling and telling that whatever is yours is completely wrong. And after 2, 3, 4 generations, if you do not know, how much you can pass it on to your child? What your parents did not know, how they can pass it on to you? So generation of generation, think 100 years, 5 generation to 6 generation generally. The information and the knowledge got reduced so much. And then the new things came. Everybody knows English. Sanskrit people do not know. Your books are written in Sanskrit. You have to do translation. Nobody wants to study Sanskrit. Will you go in Germany and hear from people? They are not interested to learn German. Go to the France, you will hear, oh, we are not interested in learning French. No. We are the only country who hate everything which belongs to us. So, the religious and spiritual significance is there behind everything. And it was so calculated, so methodical, so timely. There are many arguments are there. Many arguments are there. You can see many scholars are there you can find in YouTube and all that. The 12 months, January to December, 7 days. What is the reason for which Monday should come after Sunday? Who decided that Tuesday should come after Monday? What is the logic behind? In English, when you write, what is octagonal? Octagonal, they say. what is octagonal or octagonal? Where there are 8 corners. So, octo or octa stands for 8. How the October became 10th month? December is from decimal December. Should be 10th. How it became 12th? This question we never asked. From what basis they did? Suddenly people will say, we are not informed. How you can be informed? If you are proud of that, then you will be informed. Recently, some reporter, some journalist in England or America somewhere, England, passed a comment. Look at the buildings which British people constructed in India. Even after 75 years of independence, you are not able to construct a single building, what we constructed. And he gave example of Victoria Terminus of Bombay. If you are not informed, or if you have no interest in that, you can't argue. You can't argue. I'm not here from political India or geographical India. It's a culture and spiritual point of view. So idea is, there are so many things in your culture, in your religion, in your books, in your land, which are not found anywhere in the world. How they would have done it? There is not a single building in the whole world which is constructed by one family of 7 generations. How they would have planned, and nobody altered the plan. 7 generations? It took 130 plus years to build that temple. And it is not building a temple, it is a carving of temple. Huge temple, but it is not constructed. Generally, building is constructed from foundation to plinth to first level, second level. This was carved from the top. Nowhere in the world. And all the famous universities are studying that the amount of rock which they would have removed, and you can't remove it with blasting, only chisel and hammer. Hundreds of people cannot work together, it is a small area. That's why it took so many years. First and foremost, how they would have known that this hill doesn't have any crack, there was no sonography. And they chose the hill and started carving the hill, and it gave a shape of a temple in Ellora, Maharashtra. I have little interest in the building and construction and all that. You know, kings used to facilitate the irrigation and water and all that. Artificial lake, you have to dig, and then rainwater will be collected. When do you do it? 1,000 years before? But there was hardly any civilization so advanced. That happened in Tamil Nadu. Hundreds of square kilometers. One king, all joined together, made a big lake. Not natural, artificial. Human being made it. That resolution was there, and that magnitude was there in the work. Whenever you go to south, just stand outside and see Padmanabhan temple, just see Madurai Meenakshi temple, go and see Rameshwaram temple, and think, any amount of money you give Will any architect or contractor will be able to construct that? But it was there. It was there, it was done. So this all the ethos of the country was percolated in everything. Your day-to-day life, your buildings, your culture. Negativities you may find. That is part of growth or part of existence, if you want to say. So why this particular puja or Durga Puja which we are doing now? This is not time for Durga Puja. Durga Puja is original Durga Puja is what in Bengal is called Vasanti Puja. And this puja, this is the time when Rama wanted to fight with Ravana, so he was told to worship goddess. So he invoked goddess, did worship, and then the whole war started. So this is untimely puja. This is not the time for Durga worship. That's why technically it is called on 29th is Saptami, so 27th will be Panchami. So mother is invoked, and that invocation of mother is called Akala Bodhan. Why it is Akala Bodhan? Bodhan is to invoke. Why Akala? Untimely invitation to mother. So this is a celebration of 9 days. Again, 9 is a very unique figure in mathematics also, and also from Indian mathematical calculation, etc. Also 9 is very important. And in multiple of 9, when Swami has done a lot of research, 9 you multiply by anything and then make a total of those numbers will always be 9. 9 into 1, 9. 9 into 2, 18. 1 plus 8, 9. 9 into 3, 27. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 into 4, 36. 6 and 3 is 9. So that's a unique number. Every civilization has some reason to believe in. Chinese believe in 8. 9 is auspicious number for Hinduism. So it's a celebration of 9. And why it is called Navaratri? Why it is Ratri? Why it is night? In general, whether outside it is day or night, unless you realize the truth, you are in darkness of ignorance. So that darkness is the night. So this 9 days or 9 nights celebration, remembering mother, has its own significance. Even if you call it mythology, but see the description of Durga. She is not a person, daughter of so and so, went and killed the demon. No. The negativity is always very powerful. Why in spirituality you need to do so many austerities and spiritual practice and all? To defeat what? To defeat your own instinct. It is so powerful. Your own instinct. You tell me, Swamiji, don't take food for 24 hours. Oh, sorry, I cannot. Instinct. It doesn't allow you to go out of it. And we have so many instincts. Either you are in the realm of instinct or you are in realm of intellect. So when you are with the instinct and cannot go across the instinct, That is called night. And this night word is used for all darkness. In Christianity they call dark night of the soul. That is not night. That is a state of mind which is full of confusion, full of doubt, unable to progress. So these negativities are called night. Sanskrit is a language where every word, there are a lot of research, there are a lot of scholars have told this. Even what I also did not know. They say, for example, find a word, a Sanskrit word. Every word has a meaning. But this person says, the meaning of the word, you yourself will be able to say, just keep on repeating that word. That has capacity to reveal you, because the word is made of a main root, then prefix and suffix. That becomes grammar. And the meaning of the word comes from there. Same root, different prefix, different meaning. Because the prefix has a meaning. For example, take one word, Ram. Those who are little familiar with Sanskrit or your own mother tongue also sometimes may be helpful. Put different prefix in front of the word Ram. Aram, meaning is different. Viram, meaning is different. Abhiram, meaning is different. Put a prefix and the meaning of the word will change. And that prefix everywhere makes the same change in all other words, because that prefix is meant for that particular meaning. This is possible only in Sanskrit. So Ra, which we call Ratri, the Ra stands for this. What is the word Ram? Where everyone feels happy. Ramate, Ramati is Rama. The Ram is the root. There is a word called Ramat. There is a word called I don't know how to put it. In Hindi and other languages it is told, if you become happily engrossed in something, then this word Ram is used. वो पूरा रम गया है उसमें. When he became completely one with that. From that word Ram came. Ram is that state where everyone feels happy. When you are happy for a short time, you take rest. While walking, you take rest. It is not long rest, it is a short rest. So it's called Viram. You are happy, but not eternally happy, for a short time happy. So it is called Viram. That's called Aram. When you sleep in the night and when you get up in the morning, you have Aram, you don't have Viram. Why Aram? Our word, the A prefix is meant for up to happiness. You get everything there when you go to deep sleep. Deep sleep is a state of complete happiness. There is no happiness compared to that. That's why any happiness you want to experience, eating, drinking, moving, seeing, watching, everything ends up where? Ends up in tiredness, ends up in fatigue, And after that you want to sleep. Why you want to sleep? If you are happy, then continue to be happy there. No. There is nothing which can give you that happiness which you get in deep sleep. Nothing. So, Ra stands for this happiness. 3. Look at the word 3. 3 is like 3. Whether you like TRI or THREE, meaning is the same. There are so many Sanskrit words which are as it is used in English. You people may not know. Semicircle, circle, semicircle. Semi word is what? Semi is a Sanskrit word. Semi is half. Hemisphere, meaning is the same Sanskrit word. There are many words, many English words which matar, mother, from it become mother, and that's why any Indian language, whatever word you use for mother, the M has to be there in general, except 1 or 2 languages. Whether you call ma, amma, ammi, whatever word you use, there is a M. Because the original root is matara. So this 3 stands for 3. What is 3? Removal of the 3 types of pain. The 3 types of pain is either causal pain. Causal means some reason is there behind. Sometimes we know the reason, sometimes we do not know the reason. So the reasonal pain. Then there is one physical pain. Anything physical. Not only pain in the shoulder or body, but anything which gets pain from the physical world. Dog bite or mosquito bite. Both are physical. Then there is psychological or mental pain. Body is healthy, but mind is not happy. So removal of these 3 types of pains in life with the help of this Ratri, is that effort or that time when you want to be completely happy, which you call deep sleep, where apparently all the 3 types of pain are resolved or dissolved. Those who are terrible stress because of some reason. So doctors, okay, I give you some sleeping pills. Take 2, don't take more. And it will force you into sleep because you cannot sleep. Mind is thinking so much. So that tablet will make your mind dull and you go to sleep. But without sleep, nobody can survive. Insomnia is a very terrible disease. And why philosophically we want to sleep? That is the only time when you are closest, you are most close to your own self. Now we are out of ourselves. Busy with people, busy with this and that. You only exist. Nothing else exists with you. That much closeness is only in deep sleep. So these 9 days, whatever we do from today onwards till Navami, and if you are successful in doing, then Dashami is a celebration. There is 9 days of detoxing, spiritual, mental detoxing. That's why you have simple efforts we put. Food is simple, sattvika food you take, your movements are restricted, your enjoyments are restricted. Then you do more worship, more singing, more scriptural reading, more chanting. So these are the ways of detoxing we do, away from worldliness. Worldliness and godliness doesn't go together, whomsoever you are. So, this free from worldliness and to be more spiritual, every religion has this. In Ramadan, you will find Muslims are so strictly they follow. That's why the other day I was invited to one last year in the month of Ramadan. So they invited, what is fasting in your religion? So that we were supposed to talk to the Muslim boys and girls. But many of them did not know. So I said, fasting is not the correct translation. Not eating is not the translation. Because if not eating is a virtue, then there could be so many poor people who do not get food regularly. They all should be closer to God. So I told not that you have to learn from Hinduism, but in Hinduism we have this concept of upavasa. Upa is nearer, vasa means to stay. Upavasa, to stay closer to God. If you can do, then it is upavasa. Then you have, I don't know, in Western India, this concept is very vigil, night vigil, not sleeping in the night. But not sleeping doesn't mean you do rubbish things. Not sleeping means whole night you spend in, so you cannot sit down and do japa whole night. So they have a religious functions and programs and singing and all that. So when we were children, some people say, oh, this cinema hall, on this particular Navaratri, they have a night shows. Night it will start from 9 to 12, 12 to 3, 3 to 6. So a person enters at 9 o'clock, watch 2 movies and come back morning 6 o'clock and say, oh, I didn't sleep. Not sleeping is not a virtue. Not sleeping and doing spiritual practice, then there is a virtue. So, we should not be carried away by word meaning of what we do. So you will find there is a book called Devi Mahatmyam or Chandi or Durga Saptashati. Saptashati is because 700 slokas are there. Chandi is Goddess Durga's another name. And when she kills Mahishasura, she was in this form. So this is Devi or Shakti. What is Shakti? From where you get Shakti? You say you get Shakti from food. Take little more food, all your Shakti goes away and you sleep. Food gives lethargy. Food gives intoxication. Any food. Food is intoxicant. Hunger is a disease. To remove that disease, you must take food. Just you take medicine to remove the disease. How much medicine you take? Give me. Like this I take. No, you just take 1 tablet or 2 tablets, what is prescribed. So, light food. We had one Swamiji always used to say, have you heard anybody falling sick because of less eating? Maximum disease take place because of overeating. You eat little less than required, you don't fall sick. If you don't take food at all, you become weak and sick. So, the Shakti comes from consciousness. For example, other day I met some Jain people. Jain people are very famous for their fasting. So I went and, so they said, Swamiji, you come, we have many, we want to just honor them. And I found there is 70, 72 years old gentleman, 10 days he did not take food. Singapore, 10 days. And he confessed that 3 times I took little water. There is one person, he says, I have not taken water also. 10 days continuously. And they are householders. They are not monks or tapasvi or austerity or something, no. So I literally bowed down to them because I can't do that. But then I told, it is very good. What you practice is a fit to achieve. After that, just tell me whether spiritually you benefit or not. If you benefit, good. Because not eating cannot be a virtue. That's why when Lord Buddha came, the prevalent religion was Jainism, with lot of physical austerities. So Buddha also, he took intense practices of not eating. That's why there was a time when Buddha became only skin and bone. But then he told for the general people that overeating you don't do, but not eating also is not advisable. That's what Bhagavad Gita says. See, our problem is, I remember when a lady asked me a question, Chinese lady, she asked me a question. So I gave a simple answer. No, I'm not satisfied. So I tried to put a little different way, but my answer, very simple way I put. After half an hour I told, what's the problem with you people, Unless I make your question complicated and I reply you in such a way that you don't understand, then you think, oh, he's very intellectual. I say, spiritual solutions are always simple. It is difficult to practice, but it is very simple. Read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Simple language, big truths. Difficult to practice, could be, but very simple. Nothing difficult to understand. So you will find this consciousness. Consciousness is from where you get the power. And you will find in Durga Saptashati that Mother Durga killed 9 demons. And that next Sunday we shall discuss. Madhu, Kaitava, Chanda, Munda, Shumbha, Nishumbha, 6. So these 3 are pairs. Shumbha, Nishumbha, Madhu, Kaitava, and Chanda, Munda. Then there are 3 who are individual. Raktabija, Dhumralochana, and Mahishasura. So total 9 demons mother kills. Who are they? If mother killed 9 demons, okay, you celebrate, but what significance to us? That we shall see. Next, what they stand for. For us, who is Chandamunda, who is Raktabija, and who is Mahishasura and Dhumralochana, we shall discuss next time. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.